Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us here on Times Now. This is the newspaper show and I'm Hina Gambhir. Let's get started and tell you what's making headlines as far as the Times of India this morning is concerned. The big story on the front page is about what's happening between Delhi LG and the Chief Minister. LG junks government order on hospitals, creates problem for Delhiites. This is what the Chief Minister has said. Test asymptomatic contacts of infected persons. This is what Atul Mathur has reported on the front page a day after Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal announced that all private hospitals except the super speciality ones and state-run hospitals in the national capital will be reserved for bona fide residents of Delhi. Lieutenant Governor Anil Baijal reversed the order and he said that there's going to be no discrimination at all. Then Deputy Chief Minister Sisodia said, will you take responsibility if people of Delhi start dying due to want of beds? That's the question that he has asked. Sisodia is accusing the BJP of playing dirty politics. That's also another aspect on the front page only. Then Capital steps out, gingerly checks temperature of new normal. Wherever you go, they put a gun to your head. In malls, restaurants and places of worship, temperature checks are the new normal. Eyes sting with the smell of disinfectant in restaurants. Going to a mall feels like an airport security check. It's a brave new world, but not everyone was racing to embrace it. So this is how it looked like in a mall, in a Gurudwara and in a restaurant. Gurgaon, Noida eateries stay closed, even though in other places they have been open. Mumbai at 50,000 set to go past Wuhan's tally. That's another big story on the front page. Mumbai has become the first Indian city to record 50,000 COVID cases with the addition of 1,311 cases on Monday, even as the nationwide count of fresh cases dropped below 10,000 for the first time in 3 days. A woman fails to get bed in 9 hospital, dies. This is what Aditya Dev has reported. A 48-year-old woman suffering from acute respiratory problems died during treatment at Meerut Medical College on Sunday evening after allegedly doing the rounds of 9 hospitals in Noida, Ghaziabad and Delhi for 2 days, but failing to get admission anywhere. Then refused by 5 hospitals, a Delhiite dies in Bhopal. Turned away by 5 hospitals, a Delhiite made desperate 800-kilometer train trip to Bhopal on Saturday to save his life. Though he got admission in a Bhopal hospital, he died early Sunday morning. His 18-year-old son has said his mother had severe asthmatic attack and collapsed at the Mayur Vihar home in Delhi on Sunday on learning of his father's death. So that's another sad story on the front page. Chief Minister of Delhi Arvind Kejriwal is unwell. He's expected to take the corona test today. And Amit Shah, Rajnath Singh talk tough, say India won't bow to China's muscle flexing. LAC situation is stable and controllable. This is China's view on the face-off. Then COVID may peak in different states at different times. This is what a panel has reported. The coronavirus pandemic may peak in different parts of the country at different times. A government high-level panel has observed, suggesting pooling of resources to ensure better availability of health infrastructure in every state. In fact, AIIMS Director Randeep Guleria, convener of the 15th Finance Commission's high-level group, underlined the need for a mechanism so that the health resources could be moved from one state to the other if there is a requirement. Then there is an update about Delhi. Serious cases in Noida up due to limited tests. Nehil Sena has reported the story. The number of COVID patients being admitted in a serious condition has seen a conspicuous rise in recent days at Noida's 2 primary COVID-19 care facilities, GIMS and Sharda Hospital. Then Delhi cases set to cross 30,000. Toll is now 874. But Delhi has got a high positivity rate of 27%, which is now becoming a big concern. That's also there on the front page. Private hospitals told to display corona services rate list. This is what the Delhi government has directed to all the private hospitals. Then a couple of more interesting stories here. 4 more ultras killed in the valley, 88 in total shot this year itself. BJP may win 9 more Rajya Sabha seats. BJP is likely to add 9 seats to its current tally in the Rajya Sabha after June 19 polls, taking NDA's total count to 100, making it fairly secure in terms of passing legislations, as it will just need 22 more votes for a simple majority in Rajya Sabha. ED can attach Neeraj Nirav Modi's assets. That's another story. In a first such order passed under the Fugitive Economic Offenders Act, a court in Mumbai has partly allowed a plea by the ED for confiscation of properties owned by Nirav Modi. Then ED searches and Cox and Kings. The Enforcement Directorate on Monday conducted searches at 5 places of tours and travel company Cox and Kings. Then 2 held in Rajasthan on spying charge. An FIR has been filed as far as the boys' locker room case is concerned. Then a couple of more interesting stories. Amid pandemic, filmmakers rush to book Corona. Even as India battles COVID-19, production houses across the country have started making a beeline to register titles related to the pandemic. This is what Priyanka Dasgupta has reported this morning. World's largest solar bid backed by Adani Green, and Lufthansa offers to fly in empty takeout flyers. In a first, major foreign airline group has sought India's nod to operate ferry flights without any passengers to India and fly out its own passengers from here till the regular services are allowed. This is what Saurabh Sinha has reported. And before we go across to the Navbharat Times, in the Noida edition of the Times of India, in fact, there's another very interesting story. An Urdu poet, 93 years old, beats COVID, invites doctors home for dinner. This is what Meenakshi Sinha has reported. When Anand Mohan Zutshi Gulzar Delvi was hospitalized with fever and cough, doctors were extremely worried. The Kashmiri Pandit poet, who had joined rallies for independence as a young Inqilabi and got India's first Urdu science magazine off the block, was a month shy of 94, and he had comorbidities as well. But now he has recovered successfully from COVID. Moving on now, and let's get you the latest as far as Navbharat Times this morning is concerned. और यहाँ पर फ्रंट पेज पे जो पहली खबर है वो है किस तरह से कल अनलॉक 1.0 का पहला फेज शुरू हुआ। तो मॉल्स, होटल्स, रेस्टोरेंट्स पूरे देश के कई जगह पर खुल गए। ये ओपनिंग शानदार, क्योंकि फर्स्ट डे हाउसफुल नहीं रहा। 2.5 महीने बाद खुले मंदिर, मॉल और रेस्टोरेंट, लेकिन नजर नहीं आई ज्यादा भीड़। और यहाँ पर तस्वीरें भी दिखाई हुई हैं किस तरह से लोग तो पहुंचे, मंदिर हो या फिर मॉल हो, गुरुद्वारे हो, मॉस्क हो या फिर कोई फूड जॉइंट्स हो, लेकिन बहुत ज्यादा भीड़ नहीं नजर आई थी। LG ने फैसला बदला, अब बाहरी भी करा सकेंगे दिल्ली में इलाज। और ये है बड़ी खबर यहाँ दिल्ली से। वहीं चीफ मिनिस्टर ने कहा, भगवान की मर्जी, सबका इलाज करेंगे। अस्पतालों में 24/7 हेल्प डेस्क बनेगी। दिल्ली के बॉर्डर खुले पर नोएडा जाने में हुई दिक्कत लोगों को। चीफ मिनिस्टर अरविंद केजरीवाल को बुखार है, आज कोरोना का टेस्ट होगा। घर में आइसोलेट उन्होंने कर लिया है अपने आप को। चुनाव आयोग पहुंचा कोरोना, और देश में फिर रिकॉर्ड केस नजर आए। इसके अलावा ये चीन है कि मानता नहीं, शांति की बात कर LAC के करीब उड़ाए हेलीकॉप्टर। बॉयज लॉकर रूम में धमकी पर FIR दर्ज की गई है। और एक और अहम खबर है जो यहाँ पर फ्रंट पेज पे है, फिर आया भूकंप, 2 महीने में लग चुके हैं 14 झटके। ये बड़ी खबर है क्योंकि कई जियोलॉजिस्ट अब कह रहे हैं कि ये जो इतने सारे ट्रेमर्स फील हुए हैं दिल्ली NCR में, इतने सारे अर्थक्वेक्स आए हैं, मॉडरेट इंटेंसिटी के रहे हैं, लेकिन शायद ये दिखाता है कि कोई बड़ा अर्थक्वेक भी आ सकता है। हालांकि जियोलॉजिकल सर्वे ऑफ इंडिया का मानना है कि ये प्रीमैच्योर स्टेटमेंट है। सो एक्सपर्ट्स आर डिवाइडेड ओवर दिस। विमान गिरा, ट्रेनी के साथ ट्रेनर की भी हुई मौत, ये ओडिशा में हुआ है। शोपियां में 24 घंटे में हिजबुल के 9 आतंकियों को ढेर कर दिया गया, ये एक और बड़ी खबर है यहाँ पर। और आखिरी में 3 महीने में न्यूजीलैंड कोरोना फ्री हो चुका है। 4 स्टेप का प्रोग्राम बनाया, 7 हफ्ते सख्त लॉकडाउन रहा, और न्यूजीलैंड जो है पहला ऐसा देश बन गया है जहां पर अब कोरोना वायरस का कोई भी केस नहीं है। Moving on now, and let's now get you the latest as far as the Economic Times is concerned. Everything you need to know to start your day as far as the world of business and economy is concerned. Well, the big story here also is about how the first day was when more relaxations kicked in. On day 1, cities with lower infection rates see more footfall. Malls display summer collection, PPEs and mask safety measures in place. Many brands keep outlets shut. Most restaurants remain closed. Then, apart from this, social distancing fixes by startups is another big story here. Sangamitra Kar has reported, and here are the details also mentioned as to which big malls are open in which specific cities. For example, in Delhi, Select, City Walk and Ambience have opened. City Walk opened with 50% tenants received at 3,500 shoppers till 5 p.m. Then Kolkata, Quest, South City and Acropolis malls have opened. They saw 40 to 50% of pre-COVID weekday footfall. Gurugram has decided not to reopen malls. Big malls in Noida are expected to open later this week. Then FDs now fetch less than savings account, effect of surplus liquidity and sluggish credit growth. Investors forced to move to riskier assets such as debt mutual funds and equity, because now the FD interest rate that you used to get is also coming down sharply. Apart from this, a strict lockdown, weak global economy, key factors, and that's the reason why World Bank has said India GDP may shrink 3.2%. World Bank expects Indian economy to contract 3.2% in current fiscal year, a sharp downgrade from its April projection of 1.5 to 2.8% growth. Then government may soon allow import of untested drugs under trial. Health Ministry amended rules to allow such medicines for compassionate use. This is what Nidhi Sharma has reported. Then India Inc. faces big shortage of workers. Companies offer extra wages, bonus and transport to woo workers from near and distant states. And lastly, a couple of more interesting stories on the front page also mention Health Ministry directs 38 districts to prioritize tests and survey homes. LG overrules Kejriwal decision. Delhi hospitals to treat everyone. Lastly, talks with China on Ladakh situation positive. This is what Rajnath Singh has said. Story being reported by Manu Pabi there. Let's now move on and be more city-specific. My colleague Kangana is joining us on the broadcast from the national capital. Kangana, good morning. LG has junked Delhi government's order on hospital. It has come in as a huge relief for people who've been living in Delhi, who've been wanting to come to Delhi for their treatment.
Well, first of all, good morning to you too, Hina. And second, since the Delhi government and Arvind Kejriwal government has come to power, this is the first time that both LG and Arvind Kejriwal are over loggerheads at each other on these two political issues. The controversy is that LG has overruled two decisions that were made by the Delhi government. A, the private hospitals and state-run Delhi hospitals that were supposed to be reserved only for the Delhiites. And the second thing was that Delhi government had strategized to test only symptomatic patients. Asymptomatic patients were not being tested by the Delhi government. This was their new strategy. So both the decisions by the Delhi government have now been overruled by the Lieutenant Governor, because as he is the DDMA's chairperson, so exercising his power, he has overruled both the decisions of the Delhi government, where the first says that Lieutenant Governor in his order clearly said that even the non-residents of Delhi will be allowed to get their treatment in state Delhi hospitals or private Delhi hospitals, and no one should be dismissed dismissed in the hospital based on their residentship in Delhi. And the second was that Delhi had decided to exercise systematic.
Okay. All right, Kangana. Thank you very much for the moment, for joining us with all of those details. We're now moving on to the Mumbai edition of the Times of India. And the big story here on the front page is day one, huge demand sends BEST's COVID norms for a toss. Then long commutes and virus anxiety cramp attendance in offices. ED can seize Nemo assets not secured to banks. This is what the court has said. Apart from this, there's an update about the corona count in Maharashtra and Mumbai on the front page. Mumbai has crossed 50,000 mark in terms of number of cases. Mumbai has recorded most deaths in a single day at 64. So clearly it's becoming a big cause of concern in Maharashtra as well. The tally is rising very, very sharply. Arunil, my colleague, is joining us on the broadcast more on this. Arunil, good morning. 64 deaths in a day in Mumbai, and the total corona count has crossed 50,000. Quite an alarming figure there.
Well, Hina, the magnitude of the coronavirus impact in the financial capital of the country can be understood from the fact that the cases in the city of Mumbai are more than countries like South Africa and Sweden. These are big countries, Hina, and yes, it has basically surpassed the psychologically dreadful 50,000 mark as well. Yesterday, more than 1,300 cases were recorded in the city of Mumbai. But crucially, it needs to be noted that 64 deaths were recorded in the city of Mumbai, the highest single-day death count in the city of Mumbai. So yes, the numbers are rising at an exponential rate. But he also mentioned about how the BST burst because of high demand. Yesterday, it could be seen when the city, the lockdown was to an extent lifted from the city of Mumbai. There was heavy gathering, crowd gathering that could be seen in the BST bus. There were visuals of that. And on the roads also, basically traffic could be seen majorly. So whether this will have negative repercussions on the Mumbai city, which is already extremely, has a high density of population, huge number of cases. The BMC is already battling basically less number of beds, shortage of ambulances. And this lifting of lockdown, whether it will have negative repercussions in the city of Mumbai at a time when it is peaking, that remains to be seen.
All right. Thank you very much, Arunil, for the moment, for joining us with all of those details. In fact, the Mumbai edition of the Times of India is also reporting that a notice has been issued as Baikala jail chief goes on sick leave. Then traffic snarls back on road as Mumbaikas return to work. And these were the kind of scenes that were witnessed, in fact, yesterday on day one. And there is some good news. Monsoon could arrive in Mumbai by this weekend. This is what IMD is indicating, and also there on this page of the Times of India. Moving on, let's get you the latest from the Kolkata edition of the Times of India. Easier lockdown in place to help Bengal's unlock journey. Return to life with a foot in the door. That's the big story here. Tamal Saha, my colleague, is joining us on the broadcast. Tamal, good morning. New rules frame return to old life. How have things really changed, and how was the experience for the people yesterday?
Well, we have seen safe taxation given by the state government, and even when you talk about the lockdown was implemented in its spirit, but not really leading to any public inconvenience. For example, the markets were kept open for people to go ahead and procure food. There had been a couple of talks about it. Over it, yet the state government had maintained the logic that it has to be a humane approach to the lockdown. So yes, once the unlock phase began, for people the transition was more like seamless. But when you talk about roads, there were traffic, purely because people were on the streets waiting for public transportation. Now, even though the state government had been running a lot of buses, private buses also back on the street, but because of social distancing, there is a clear restriction on number of people allowed to particular.
All right, Tamal, thank you very much for the moment, for joining us with all of those details. In fact, on the front page only in the Kolkata edition of Times of India, there's an update. May arrive in Bengal by this Friday. So Mumbai, it is expected by this weekend. By this Friday, it could hit Bengal as well. Moving on, as far as the Bengaluru edition of the Times of India this morning is concerned, the big story is Bengalurians flock to shrines, malls, restaurants have reopened. Sanitizers, boxes for distancing greet devotees. And that's the big story. Karnataka Health Department hit by 30% vacant posts. That's another important story on the front page. Number of patients needing hospital care is increasing. This is what a data has suggested. Deepak Bopanna, my colleague, is joining us on the broadcast. Deepak, good morning. A big story on the front page is also that BJP has dumped Karnataka shortlist fields grassroots workers. Give us more details.
Yes, now 3 names were sent by the Karnataka BJP here to the centre as a shortlist for the Rajya Sabha post. They were hoping that out of the 3, at least 2 will be selected, or at least 1. But what has been very surprising yesterday is that the centre has sent back 2 names of Irena Kadari and also Ashok Gasti. Both of them, grassroots level workers with the BJP. On one hand, when you look at it, it does look like the BJP is trying to give opportunities to the people who've not been prominent faces and grassroots level workers. On the other hand, many political experts are saying that this is a big snub to the Karnataka BJP, to the Chief Minister himself, because time and again we've seen several instances like this where the centre has had a different opinion compared to the state. So we'll really have to wait and watch how some of the state leaders will really respond to this move.
All right. Thank you very much, Deepak, for the moment, for joining us with all of those details. We're now moving on to the Chennai edition of the Times of India. The big story in the front page is state plans ordinance for 10% NEET quota for government students. Quota will be a part of existing reservations. Apart from this, 17 more oxygen cylinders now a must at operation clinics in Tamil Nadu. That's another big story on the front page. Can't risk 9 lakh lives. Reconsider holding class 10th exams. This is what the High Court has said. Apart from this, more stories like Government moves to safeguard the vulnerable. Elderly, pregnant women, people with comorbidities will be on the radar of the health department in Tamil Nadu. And offices open, but firms prefer work from home from now, because in Tamil Nadu as well, a number of coronavirus cases have seen a sudden spike in the last couple of days. Specifically, around Tamil Nadu, 32 have tested positive in Vellore, 2 have tested positive in Coimbatore, and cured patients in Trichy gets Siddha kits. That's another story here on this edition of the Times of India. Moving on now, let's get you news from around the world. And as far as the coronavirus count is concerned, India, Brazil growth rate fastest among the worst hit countries. That's the big story here. Over the past 2 weeks, India and Brazil together have seen the highest growth rates, and that is becoming a cause of concern. India outpaced US, UK in month of April, rise in daily tests, but India still has a long way to go. Apart from this, calls are now growing in the US to reform, defund, disband police forces. Minneapolis Council pledges to dismantle its police department. More COVID updates. New Zealand declares itself coronavirus free. NYC reopens. Britain begins 2-week quarantine for arrivals. And lockdown likely prevented 530 million COVID-19 cases. This is a study by scientists in the US who are saying this. Saudi Arabia may limit Hajj pilgrims. And Gandhi statue defaced in London. The Mahatma Gandhi statue in London's Parliament Square was defaced on Sunday, while unarmed Metropolitan Police were once again pelted with glass bottles, flares and missiles by unruly Black Lives Matter protesters. That's another big story here. Moving on now and getting you the latest from the world of sports. My colleague Karishma is joining us on the broadcast this morning. Karishma, good morning. What's making headlines today?
Good morning, Hina. Well, what we know today that has been reported in the Times of India is that Sakshi Malik and Mirabai Chanu, Olympic medal winner Sakshi Malik, have applied for the Arjuna Award, even though they have won the highest sporting honor in the country, that is the Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award. So the committee that was constituted was a little surprised with this move, that when they've got the highest sporting honor, then why have they decided to apply for an award that is one level lower than that? But Sakshi Malik and Mirabai Chanu both saying that yes, they have won the Khel Ratna Award, but they also won the Arjuna Award, because sometimes you want all of it, all the awards. So clearly that is what Sakshi Malik and Mirabai Chanu maintaining, that they want all the awards, even if it means that they are going to apply for it after winning the highest sporting honor in the country, that is the Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award, Hina.
Okay, Karishma, I'm just requesting you to please stay on with us. I also have another story to discuss with you that's there on the Delhi Times page as far as this Times of India is concerned. And this is giving us details about how salons are now opening with new safety measures in place, constant sanitization, disinfectant sprays, less contact procedures. Karishma, now, you know, as far as Delhi and NCR is concerned, it was Gurugram which started opening salons first. Did you manage to visit any? How have things really changed? Because, you know, many are still apprehensive, and here we are getting details on this page about the new norms that have now been put in place.
Well, yes, absolutely, Hina, and I did visit a salon, and I can tell you that all safety precautions are being taken by the beauty salons. They are being very, very cautious of how things are going to be. In fact, even if you go for a haircut, you know, the hairdresser is going to be wearing a face mask. They're going to be wearing gloves. They're going to be wearing a face shield as well, and only then are they going to be, touching your hair. In fact, the seats are sanitized, the whole area is sanitized, and the entire sanitization of beauty parlors is taking place every 2 hours. So clearly all practical solutions that are possible to take care of the COVID-19 situation are being taken by beauty parlors in Delhi. But yes, it's up to the individual, Hina, to actually decide to step out to a beauty parlor or not in these current circumstances.
All right, Karishma, appreciate you joining us with all of those details. I'm sure that's going to give a lot of confidence to many who've been waiting to visit a salon. And here there's another interesting story, and this is about the James Bond fans. James Bond fights COVID-like pandemic in the new film, and Daniel Craig will be returning as James Bond in No Time to Die, and it's going to be about coronavirus. That's another story here. With this, it's a wrap. Thank you very much for staying with us here on the Newspaper Show.